Hey guys, so today I want to do another taste test video. This time I'll be focusing on fried chicken, as you guys can see. So I have three different fried chicken from different franchises here, and I'll be tasting each one to tell you guys which one I like the best. So first we have Popeyes, and I'm sure everyone knows Popeyes. They're one of the biggest fried chicken chains in the world. They have multiple stores internationally, very well known. Then I have a lesser known chicken chain called Mary Brown's. So Mary Brown's is, I believe this is local to Canada. I don't think they're in other countries, but yeah, I think they're reasonably, like, you can find them in different Canadian provinces and stuff. They might not be as widely available, but definitely you can find them in Canada. Definitely not as big as these two. And I have Jollibee's here, which is also a fairly well-known chain now because they're expanding pretty rapidly. They're from the Philippines. I'm sure all Filipinos know about Jollibee's. So yeah, it's also pretty famous. They're expanding rapidly. So yeah, I'm focusing on these three chains, and just want to make a disclaimer that yeah, I know that there's a whole bunch of fried chicken chains. A lot of them we don't have up here in Canada, like Chick-fil-A, for example, Bojangles, all these ones, they're El Pollo Loco. These are like U.S. Chicken chains. We don't really have them here in Canada. And you might be wondering, where is KFC? I don't have KFC here because to me, it's like KFC is like the Lay's chips of fried chicken. They're a baseline. Everyone knows about them. They're the most famous. But I think people probably know that they're not the best, right? Like, I'm not talking about, like, in other countries, KFC is another story, but at least in North America, there's definitely better chicken chains than KFC. I know they got their unique, original recipe flavor. A lot of people like that. But for me, I'll be focusing on these three because, like, to me already, like, these three are just a level above KFC. So I'm not going to be having KFC in the video, just like I didn't have Lay's chips in my chips ranking video. So yeah, we're focusing on these three, and I think these three are probably three of my favorite fried chicken chains that you can get here in Canada. There's also Church's Chicken as well, but it's a little bit farther away, and plus I don't want to get too much fried chicken at once. I had to be able to eat this all and within a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, focusing on these three, and I'll go over each one, okay? So going over the fried chicken and the prices of each one, actually, I just got the two-piece chicken for each of these franchises with a regular side. For Popeyes, they have like different Louisiana type of sides. They have like the beans, they have rice, they have the Cajun fries. So they have the Louisiana. This is a Louisiana chain, so they have those kind of sides. Mary Brown's is more famous for their taters, which is actually potato wedges. Jollibee's has the more Asian flavoring because they're from the Philippines. So you can get them with spaghetti, you can get them with palabok, I think, which is this kind of like like thin noodles. You can get them with rice. So yeah, I'm not gonna focus too much on the sides. You can get a whole bunch of sides for each of them. Just on the chicken itself. And I got the spicy flavor for each because I like spicy. So I'm going to tell you guys, if you guys like spicy, this will also be pretty informative because I'm also going to tell you guys how spicy it actually is. Okay? All right, and the prices of each. Popeyes is about, this is about $10 US, around there, for this two-piece combo. Mary Brown's, a little bit more expensive. It's like 11, 12 bucks US for a two-piece combo. Jollibee's, about $9 US for a two-piece combo. And Jollibee's actually comes with gravy too. All their orders come with gravy. So Jollibee's is actually decent value, I would say, out of these three. At least to me, it was like, all these are around the same price. But yeah, about $9, $10, 11, 12. So, all right, test each. So first of all, let's go with Popeyes here. I think everyone knows about Popeyes, right? To me, they're one of my favorites as well to begin with. And yeah, this is their spicy drumstick. This is what it looks like. So I'll show you guys what it looks like too. It's very, very crispy, as you guys can see. It's heavily breaded, heavily crispy. I don't know if this came out before KFC's Extra Crispy, but for sure, the competitor to this for KFC would be the extra crispy one, not their original recipe. The original recipe is pressure cooked, and this is clearly like deep fried. So yeah, and test it out. This is their Popeyes spicy flavor. All right. Yeah, Popeyes, what I like about it is that their coating is so good. The coating is very crispy. So I really like their coating and their batter, whatever that you're using. I'm only going to eat a little bit of each, right? Because we gotta keep this video reasonable length. But yeah, what I like about Popeyes, the batter is very good, very crispy, and the chicken is nice and juicy too. Yeah, chicken is nice and juicy, but the problem with the spicy one is it doesn't have that much spicy flavor. For something from Louisiana, I would expect something from Popeyes, like when I get a spicy flavor, something from a Louisiana chain like Popeyes, I'm expecting a decent amount of spicy flavor. There's not much spicy flavor on this. It's just like, there's like a slight kick, like very, very slight. Like I just feel a little bit, it's almost indistinguishable from the non-spicy, from the mild. So that's the one thing about the spicy version. It's like, it's only very, very slight. If you get the spicy version, to me, it's almost the same as the mild version. It's just got a little bit of a kick. But really not that different. Almost not spicy at all. Very, very mild in terms of spiciness. But the chicken is juicy. And I like the batter, it's very crispy. So Popeyes has always been one of my favorites because of that. Alright, next is Mary Brown's. So they don't have a drumstick here, so they just have a wing. So we'll check out the wing here. Alright, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So as you guys can see, they put like a decent amount of, you can see like the red pepper for their spicy version. And you guys can see their batter and everything for this. They're definitely not like deep fried. I mean, the Popeyes chicken is very, very crispy looking, right? The batter and everything is very crispy looking. Mary Brown's doesn't seem to be as crispy looking as Popeyes. Like you can tell their chicken is actually probably a little bit more similar to KFC's original recipe. But I can tell that for the spicy version, they put like more pepper and stuff on it. See, you guys can tell. Yeah. So this is basically what it looks like. More similar to KFC's original recipe, I would say. So yeah, let's check it out. Bite into this part has more meat. Alright. Definitely not as crispy as Popeyes. Popeyes is like, it's really crispy. Mary Brown's not as crispy, as you guys can tell from the different look of the chicken here, different batter. Definitely got more spicy flavor though, but it's not like, not really spicy either. It's just that they put some kind of like spicy Cajun spice or whatever on this chicken. It's almost like when you buy from like a chicken wing place and then they rub it with dry spices, I think. They dry rub it. Yeah, they dry rub it with spices and everything. That's what this tastes like. It's like they dry rubbed it, which is fine. Again, not too spicy, but I can definitely feel more spicy flavor than the Popeyes. Chicken itself is pretty good, nice and juicy. It's pretty close to Popeyes, I would say, in terms of the actual chicken. Yeah. So I say this, the batter and the skin is not as crispy as Popeyes. The chicken is juicy, juiciness is similar in terms of the actual chicken itself. And then, yeah, the skin, it really depends on what you're looking for. If you like the extra crispy, then Popeyes for sure. But Mary Brown's has that more pressure cooked type of feel. It's more like more similar to KFC's original recipe chicken. So it's a little bit more moist and like, yeah, not as crispy. But you know, that depends on what you're looking for, right? Some people might not like the extra crispy and they might like want to have the the more pressure cooked, you know, moist type of skin. And then the Mary Brown's is better. The spiciness of this is more than Popeyes. It's like they dry rubbed it with spices, like compared to, it's like what some chicken wing companies do. They dry rub it with spices, so it's more like that. Not too spicy, but definitely more of a kick than Popeyes. Okay, lastly we have Jollibee's, and this is their spicy flavor. You take a look at their chicken. This is definitely more like Popeyes, right? It's you know, as you guys can see, it's very, very deep fried, extra crispy batter, and you can tell their skin looks very crispy. And they have this little flag on it, it says spicy. That's what Jollibee's does. All right, yeah, this looks very crispy. I think comparable to Popeyes. Let's try it. The most crispy out of all of them, actually. I think it's actually more crispy than Popeyes. Wow. That skin just completely so crunchy. Jollibee is pretty good. Pretty good. For sure the batter here is the crunchiest out of them all. Even more than Popeyes. Alright, okay, here's what I have to say about Jollibee's. The batter and the skin is definitely the crunchiest and the crispiest out of them all, even more than Popeyes. And the flavor of the chicken itself, it's okay, but it's not quite as juicy as Mary Brown's or Popeyes. It's like, it tastes a little bit more tougher to me. Maybe it's just the chicken, but it tastes a little bit tougher to me. Not quite as juicy as Mary Brown's or Popeyes. The spiciness is there. It's about similar to Mary Brown's, I'd say. So it's more than Popeyes, but it's still not like extremely spicy or anything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna say like none of these are that spicy. They're like a little bit of a kick, and that's it. But at least these two have like actual tangible spicy flavor. The Popeyes, I can barely even feel that. So I have to say, like, for the flavor, the spicy flavor, Jollibee's and Mary Brown's, actually I can feel a little bit of spicy flavor. It's not that much, but I can feel it. Popeyes, I can't even really feel it. It's almost the same as the mild. So flavor goes to these two. The chicken skin itself, the batter and everything, I think Jollibee's is the best. At least for me, I like the crispy style. So this hits it out of the park. Extremely crispy skin here. Very, very crispy, crunchy skin. Love it. Popeye's probably right after that. Kind of close, actually. Pretty close. But I think Jollibee's a little bit on the edge over Popeye's. Mary Brown's is more the pressure cooked, moisture type of skin. Don't like it as much. So I see Jollibee's wins and then Popeye's second place for that. And then the actual chicken flavor itself, the actual meat, I think Popeye's and Mary Brown, pretty close. They're both pretty moist, like pretty tender. Jollibee's, when I tried it, a little bit more tougher, not as quite as juicy. So I'm gonna say Popeye's and Mary Brown for the actual flavor of the chicken itself. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like, what else do you want from this taste test, right? That I just flavor, skin, and then the chicken itself. So yeah, for me, I would say overall, it really depends on what you're looking for, because like those three categories, right, you have different winners. Overall, I still think Popeyes is really good. Like, I wish they would make it a little bit more spicy, but if you don't care about that, like if you don't care about having spicy or mild, Popeyes is the winner. I mean, okay, the skin and everything, pretty good. It's almost I put Jollibee's a little bit higher, but it's pretty close. They're both crispy. Just Jollibee's like a little bit more. So the skin is really good, very crispy. The flavor of the meat, very juicy. So I say overall, Popeyes is probably unless you really care about spicy. If you just like, just want like a good fried chicken, Popeyes is really good. And then if you want more flavor, then yeah, that's when these two come in. And it really depends what you want, right? If you like KFC's original recipe, that kind of pressure cooked, moisturized type of flavor for the skin, then Mary Brown's. And if you like the crispy style, Jollibee's. And both of these will have a little bit more spicy flavor. But yeah, I would say overall probably Popeyes. It's just I wish they would make it more spicy. That's it. That's the only real complaint I have about Popeyes is that their spicy flavor is not spicy enough. But then if you don't care about that, if you just want mild chicken or whatever, Popeyes. Yeah. Overall, yeah, this the quality of the skin and the chicken on point. So that's pretty much it for this comparison. Let me know if you guys have any. What do you guys think about the fried chicken? What's your favorite? I know I didn't have KFC in this video, but if you guys like KFC, then let me know. Obviously, everyone's had it, and I can for sure compare it to KFC, and I could say that KFC is basically like this style Mary Brown's, but it's not quite as good as Mary Brown's because the chicken in KFC to me is not as good as Mary Brown's, and the flavor is unique to KFC. I would say the original recipe is unique to KFC. It's more of a peppery flavor. But to me, like if I wanted to have that sort of pressure cooked style chicken, I think Mary Brown's is better. But then this is pretty limited to Canada, so yeah. And also this is what their taters just look like this. So they're just potato wedges. So when they say taters, it's not like tater tots, okay? I know people will probably think tater tots, but it's not tater tots, it's just wedges. So yeah, and also like if we want to talk about sides, the Popeyes Cajun fries are really good. So that's another win in Popeyes flavor, in my opinion, because Jollibee's and Mary Brown's doesn't have those kind of fries. Mary Brown's has the wedges, which I think doesn't have quite as much flavor as Cajun fries, and then Jollibee's just has a different set of sides. So yeah, to me, like I like the Cajun fries for Popeyes. Really got a nice seasoning on it. To me, out of fast food franchises, the only chains that would have better fries, like just talking about fries as sides, right, from franchises, Popeyes is up there. Probably Five Guys and Nando's are probably the only ones I would think that have maybe better fries than Popeyes. But Popeyes is pretty high up there. And then McDonald's is actually really good, right? McDonald's fries are pretty good for what they are. They're just like kind of unique in that sense, with the shoestring fries. But yeah, that's going to be another video if you want me to rank fries. New York fries would actually be really high up there too. That's also a Canadian chain. That's another video. Anyways, this is the fried chicken video. Let me know what you guys think. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a lot of fried chicken franchises up here in Canada as in the US. And the other thing is I don't want to buy too much fried chicken at once. This is just the ones I can buy and be able to finish within a day. So I am limited to just three orders at a time here. But yeah, anyways, I thought these are probably three of the best fried chicken franchises here that we have around where I live, and I just want to try them out. All right, so I just want to add another chicken franchise to this video. I know it's after I did the other ones, but I just found Church's Chicken was able to deliver to my apartment. It didn't take very long actually, so I figured might as well add this into the video as well. So Church's Chicken, for those of you guys who don't know, fairly large fried chicken chain. They started in the 50s in Texas, and they're I think the third largest, I believe, after KFC obviously, and Popeyes. So yeah, I'm gonna check out Church's Chicken. So this was their two-piece combo, which by the way costs around $9 US. So it's not that expensive actually. It's probably the cheapest option in this video, along with Jollibee's. So it's I guess fairly affordable compared to the other chicken chains here. And yeah, I got the all spicy version, of course. So I'm gonna dig into this drumstick and let you guys know what I think in comparison to the other ones. All right, so first of all, this is the Church's Chicken drumstick right here. It is a lot of what I see is very crispy looking, so it's more similar to the Popeyes or Jollibee's, not so much like Mary Brown's. So it's more along the lines of Popeyes, I would say. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of batter on here. So yeah, let's check it out. All right. Decently crispy. I think I still prefer Popeyes batter, but this one's decently crispy and definitely a pretty solid batter. Yeah, compared to Mary Brown's, this is more crunch and crisp than Mary Brown's. Probably around the same as Jollibee's, maybe. Just a little bit below Popeyes, maybe in terms of the batter. I actually maybe like this better than... No, it's not as spicy as Jollibee's or Mary Brown's, actually. But it's got more kick than Popeyes. Going by the batter, because all the spice, I think, is on the batter, so... It's not in the chicken itself. I think this spiciness is what Popeyes should have been. I was very disappointed with the Popeyes spicy level because it wasn't that spicy at all. This is probably what it should have been because the spiciness is built into the batter. It's not like in Jollibee's and Mary Brown's case, it was almost like it was dry rubbed. So for that one, it's a little bit different. I think definitely you can taste the spices in Mary Brown's and Jollibee's, but I can also taste the spices in this one as well. It's just kind of built into the batter. So this is basically how Popeyes should have done it. Yeah. Meat's fairly good quality. That's a nice bird. Not pretty juicy. Very good. You know what? I think we might have a new winner here, guys. Yeah, Church's chicken is really good, actually. Much better than I expected. Okay. So, this is a good chicken. The batter and the meat's nice and juicy. Pretty good. I mean, okay. I think it's like this. So, very comparable to Popeyes, and in terms of the flavor of the chicken, it's pretty similar to Popeyes. In terms of the style, it's very similar to Popeyes. I mean, they even give you the biscuit and stuff like that. It's in the chicken, the batter, everything very similar to Popeyes. So I would say Mary Brown's to me is more like the KFC style, where it's kind of like more like that pressure fried kind of style. But I wouldn't say it's like my favorite. Then Jollibee's. Yeah, it's nice. Just the chicken itself, I think, could be better. It's a little bit too tough. But then Popeyes and Church's, I think, are definitely these two nice crispy batters and nice juicy chickens. Where Church's, I think I might prefer Church's a little bit more as the batter. It's actually the spice level on the spiciness flavor is actually there, right? Not on Popeyes. Popeyes, it doesn't feel spicy at all when I chose the spicy option. So Church's actually has a little bit of a kick. So it's not like that spicy or anything, but it does have a little bit of a noticeable kick compared to Popeyes, which I didn't feel anything at all, really. So I think that might give Church's the edge here. So yeah, surprisingly, I mean, I didn't expect this, but I think I might actually prefer Church's as number one. And it's very close to Popeyes. I think Popeyes is probably going to be, I'm going to push it down to number 2 on this video. Church's takes the number 1 spot because it pretty much, the chicken and everything is very similar to Popeyes. Everything, crispiness of the batter, the flavor of the chicken, that's very similar to Popeyes. But what gives Church's the edge is that I actually like the spicy flavor on it. It actually has a bit of a kick, and Popeyes doesn't have that. So yeah, I mean, that's, when you're talking about something that's this close, that gives it the edge here. So otherwise, if you're just getting the mild versions, I think it's pretty much equivalent, Popeyes and Church's. But because I'm judging the spicy flavor here on the spicy chicken, all these chickens are spicy in this video, then I have to give Church's the edge because of that extra edge does have a bit of a kick to it. Not extremely spicy, but it's there. It's noticeable. Whereas on the Popeyes, nothing, right? It's like it's almost the same thing as mild. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give Church's the win here. So yeah, guys, Church's Texas Chicken, who would have thought, comes out on top for me. I didn't expect it. I don't have Church's that often, so yeah, I didn't expect it. But yeah, I have to go Church's #1, Popeyes #2, and then yeah, it's hard to say Mary Brown's or Jollibee's. I mean, if I had to pick, probably Jollibee's and then Mary Brown's. That's not to say any of these, not to say Mary Brown's is bad or anything, right? All these are better than KFC. But yeah, that's probably the order I would go in. So, anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, who knew? Church's Chicken, man. Once I tried this, I was like, okay, we might have a new winner here. It's basically Popeyes, but with an extra spice level kick in the spiciness. When I get the spicy version, that's just enough to give it the edge over Popeyes. Yeah, guys, that's it. That's my fried chicken comparison video. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys tried all these brands before? And if not, what other brands would you suggest or recommend me trying? Just leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.